pleasure to be here. What I want to talk to you today is about a little bit ego and free will and love. So we talk about ego, and when I was growing up, I used to listen to the Beatles quite a bit, and one of the songs is I, Me, Mine. And it was written from by George Harrison, and if you listen to those lyrics, they kind of lament humankind's propensity for self-centeredness and serve as a comment on the discord not only of the Beatles, but of the world. So when we look at I, me, mine, it's I'm in charge, I'm in control. All right? Me. All right? It's all about me. Nobody else means a thing. And mine. All right? Everything is mine. Okay? And we grow up that way. Okay? It's supposedly the great American dream where, I have to get a mortgage, I have to have 2 or 3 cars, right? Maybe 2 or 3 children. So it's all the American dream, but it's mine. Right? So when we go into spirituality, or when we spiritual awaken, it's all about letting go of the ego. So we go from I, me, mine to us, ours, and oneness. So we are all one, and we have to believe that. And it's all about service work. Part of the service work is healing, if it's the physical, emotional, mental, or spiritual. And so we all have to let go of ego. But that doesn't mean letting go of it all, because we're still human beings, or this spiritual aspect of the physical body. And I had a medium friend, he lives in New Zealand, and he would say, we can't let go of all of the ego, because we still have to have our inner drive, our inner fire, which is the Christ consciousness that lives within us. So we're all on a mission from God, as the Blues Brothers would say. So when we're on that mission, driven by our inner fire, then we have to look at what our passion is and how we touch people. Some people are healers. Some people are spiritual counselors. Some people wear many hats. But it's all about service, 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 and how we help humanity. When we look at ego, then when we let go of our ego, there's another song when I was growing up. It was by Styx, and it was The Grand Illusion. Is anybody familiar with that song? Okay, so as the song goes, don't be fooled by the radio, TV, or the magazines. Right? We all have our own power. And nowadays, they might sing the lyrics, and don't be fooled by the internet. Okay? So we all have this personal power, and what it means by being fooled is, look at the Super Bowl last week and all these commercials, right? Well, not only do I have a car now, but obviously I'm going to have to go out and get an electric vehicle. Okay, so that's all the car commercials were. And it's all these commercials are coming in a subliminal programming that tells you need this, right? And do we? That that's where we have to let go of our ego and go inside and follow, where is my passion? Where is my passion? But truly, the grand illusion, as you listen to that song, goes on and says, deep inside, we're all the same. Okay, and that has to do with the oneness that we are. And we look at ego, going back to I, me, mine, it is I. Ego is I. But when we look at the oneness, then it is the I am that I am. Or our I am presence, and that connection with the Godhead that comes into our heart center, that fuels that inner fire and that Christ consciousness. So we can be better people and serve humanity a better way. But it all comes through meditation. And meditation is the key of harnessing our ego and letting it allow us to fuel our passion. So another Beatles song, Let It Be. People probably remember this one. So as the lyrics go, or as McCartney would say, he had a dream in the 60s where his mom, who died, came to him in a dream and was reassuring, saying, it's going to be okay, just let it be. Okay, so Mary was Paul McCartney's mother when he came into that dream. And as McCartney would say, many people associated that Mary with being the Virgin Mary. And as he would say, let the fans have their own opinion to that. But when we look at meditation, the lyrics are, when I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. So we all connect with the Godhead, and our higher self is an aspect of all of our guides. So whoever is coming through us, we have to remember that is an aspect of our higher self. That is the Godhead speaking to us. So there's another thing that we have is called free will. Okay? Free will to do good or wrong. And it's spiritual principle number 7 is what that connects with. That if we live by nature's physical and natural laws and do good or bad, then we have happiness or unhappiness in our life. We all want to be happy. All right? Trust me on this one. So we have to listen to our free will. Part of that comes through our intuition, which is coming from source, that tells us what to do, either right or wrong. And hopefully we're doing it right. If your guides tell you no, you better listen. All right? And usually that no comes in no. Pretty hard. Now another song that I grew up with was from Supertramp, and that was called The Logical Song. And some of you may remember this one. So the lyrics are about innocence and the wonder of childhood and how they quickly give away to cynicism, and we as children are taught to be responsible adults. Okay? That means talk. All right? Now, if you follow your path of unhappiness or happiness, some children don't grow up into their 50s. Okay? So it makes a point that logic can restrict creativity and passion. It's all about the strain that society puts on us so seamlessly that we are put into that machinery, or the machinery of I have to follow the American dream. And what this song is all about is trust and control. And when we were born, our soul picked our parents. So as we grew up, they picked our religion and our education. And all these have a form of trust and control over us. Religion, if you're a Christian, you're a born sinner and need to be saved. But if you're a Buddhist, the pathway to suffering, or the pathway to enlightenment, finding the cause of suffering. So then you have to suffer all your life. But this is not true. You know, it's just what society has put on us in that logical state of mind that we develop, and we actually conform to whatever we see. So don't be fooled by the TV, the radio, or the magazines. So as the lyrics go with this song, when I was young, it seemed that life was so wonderful. It was beautiful, magical. And all the birds in the trees, well, they'd be singing so happily, joyfully, playfully, watching me. But then they sent me away to teach me how to be sensible, logical, responsible, practical. And they showed me a world where I could be so dependable, clinical, intellectual, cynical. And this is the last part of that verse. There are times when all the world's asleep. All right, and that's where we're coming full circle here. It's the spirit. We want to be spiritually awakened. And how do we do that? Through meditation, through our own passion, and to be happy, serving humanity. And that's what it's all about. As Dr. Thomas, my mentor, would say, service, service, service. All right? And that's what it's all about. How can you help people out? But keep in mind that in giving, we need to receive. So there is a balance in